lovely grade 5 team, teachers, and Wellspring staff members. We are here to celebrate today grade 5 PYPX, which is the culmination of the whole PYP journey. We are so excited, as I can see the excitement on your faces. So today is a day of appreciation, reflection, and gratitude to acknowledge the immense contribution and work that you dedicated, all staff members, and definitely our grade 5 students.
Thank you, Nadine. Indeed, today is a witness to the remarkable growth that our students have experienced throughout their PYP journey. It's not only about grade 5, it's about all the years that have brought them to this point in their learning journey. And this could not have been possible without all of you. This is the culmination of the learning journey so far, and it is because of the unwavering support of the teachers, the parents, and all staff members that we stand here today to celebrate them.
Indeed, like Ms. Randa said, we would like to thank all teachers for nurturing the passions and talents in our students. So what we are going to witness today is the tireless efforts, commitment, and dedication of everyone. Okay, so today we have something special to hand in for our parents as a token of appreciation and for the countless efforts and contributions. We are going to hand in pins and certificates because this is just like a sense of appreciation from Wellspring Learning Community to each and every one of you. I know that many of you spent countless hours on campus helping, supporting, digging deeper into the research and the inquiries as well. So I think we deserve just like a huge thank you. And now Ms. Tianda is going to say the names. Ms. Susie and myself will hand in the pins and the certificates as well.
All right, to all our mentors who have dedicated a lot of time, energy, effort, and who have given a lot of support to our learners, we cannot thank you enough. Without you, the PYPX would not have been complete and would not have been presented in the amazing form that you are all going to enjoy today. So, thanks goes to Mrs. Bahia Hudruj, Ms. Bahia, Mrs. Dana Zain, would you please come forward? Ms. Bahia, are you here? Mrs. Lina Tami, Ms. Dana, your certificate is here. Ms. Zaina Asad, Ms. Caroline Abu Safi, Mr. Ibrahim Zain, Mr. Dan Rudilesco, Ms. Jason Garcia Amezqueta, Ms. Sausan Masri, Ms. Abir Haidar, Ms. Maha Muqaddim, Ms. Lina Najm Ayoub, Ms. Maya Atiye, تفضلي. Ms. Rania Halabi, Mr. Kamil Wehbi, and Ms. Maisa Sroor. Thank you very much, parent mentors, for all the support that you have given and all your trust and confidence in your learners, in your children, and in the school. And of course, we cannot begin our PYP exhibition without also extending thanks to the teacher mentors and staff mentors. Everyone contributed, even those who do not teach grade 5. There are mentors from the early years, from the early elementary, and they all came together to support our learners. So we also would like to extend thanks to Ms. Ghada Mallat, our French subject leader, Ms. Bushra Al-Haraki, Ms. Jana Hashash, Ms. Marwa Sarhan, Ms. Tanya Final, Ms. Susan Juljian, Ms. Catherine Najjar, Ms. Jihan Sharabiye, Ms. Jana Mirai, Ms. Claudia Fayyad, Bayan Shahab, Ms. Bayan Shahab, Ms. Zena Kanso. The teachers who are not here to receive their certificates are in their classrooms. Ms. Rula Kazim, Dr. Rula Kazim, Ms. Muna Aqam, Ms. Lin Asaf, Ms. Maria Balabanyan, and Ms. Hiba Arzouni. Thank you very much for everyone's help and contribution. And the list goes on. Ms. Alisar Abi Haidar, Arabic subject leader. Ms. Alisar. Ms. Rima Al-Farran. Ms. Hiba Tabbal. Ms. Aya Shuja. Ms. Michelle Skandar. Ms. Marianne Al-Haddad. Ms. Rula Salha, Ms. Hilda Asaf, Ms. Stephanie La'is, Ms. Suzanne Matar, Ms. Mariam Aoudi, Ms. Manal Al-Ghaziri, Ms. Nawal Qambour, and Ms. Zainam Karzil, and Ms. Ranim Alemi. So as you see, only with the efforts of so many people that we can foster an environment of collaboration, exploration, and growth. We have instilled in our students a love of learning, a sense of curiosity, and a desire to make a positive impact on the world. Today we witness the fruits of our collaboration, all of us, and the efforts that we celebrate and the remarkable achievements of our grade 5 students.
A special thank you for the specialty team. I'm not sure if they are around. I would like them to come forward. Miss Nancy, Coach Muhammad, Miss Christina, Miss Nadine, Sawaf, and everyone. They truly worked hard, and we will witness in a few seconds the performances, and you will see there's a surprise for you. We will not say more about it. But I would like to have the specialty team, please. Miss Nancy Qais. Miss Nadine Sawaf. Coach Muhammad Harib. Also with a group, still dedicated to the last moment. Miss Niveen Abi Faraj, also with her group. And Miss Abir Ghazawi, where are you? The pillar behind PYPX. Thank you for tolerating us and for all the printing and everything. Thank you, Miss Abir.
Coach Muhammad is here.
Thank you.
Would you like to say a word before we invite him to start? And a word from our head of school, Ms. Kitty Battah. Both of them, because of the camera.
Oh, okay. Just a quick welcome. I'm so pleased to be here again. I love the pins that you've printed out. Please hold on to those pins because they will all be collector's items someday. I am one of the few people that have a 15-year plus pin, so I'll put that in my, I guess, my inheritance. But I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud to be part of the school from the very beginning. And I'm very proud to see some faces here. I don't want to say old faces. I want to see familiar faces that have students, children in both campuses, that they've also graduated, but they realize this learning journey starts for a 3-year-old. It's an amazing journey. We're a wonderful community. Look, we have our problems. Everybody does. We are very transparent because we listen to feedback. But as far as a school, I think Wellspring is #1 in Lebanon. I won't go so far as the world because I don't know what's out there. But I honestly would say. So today you're going to see learning in its exciting form. You're going to see students that love to learn, that love to do research, their own research. It's not artificial intelligence, okay? It's real, it's authentic, and it's been through the help and support of everybody standing up here. Mr. Dean, thank you very much for being an outstanding PYP coordinator, Ms. Rhonda, Ms. Sama, and everybody. So, enjoy the learning, value it, because that's what learning is all about. A positive attitude. You want to come, you want to learn, nothing is forced, and that's what makes education such a value to all of us. Have a good weekend. Thank you very much. Have a good summer, and we hope to see you, inshallah, in September 1st. School starts for grade 12 over at the other campus, okay? Thank you so very, very much. Welcome.
So some parents joined us now. I will go over the names. Ms. Maisa Sroor, please come forward to receive your certificate. Ms. Maha Muqaddim.
She's not here yet.
Mr. Ibrahim Zain. Ms. Abir Haidar. Okay, for Mr. Ibrahim Zain, the wife. Ms. Abir. Thank you. Ms. Lina Ta'ami. Mr. Kamil Wahbi, is he here? And Ms. Bahia Hudruj. Ms. Bahia.
This is for you, Ethan, and for Kamil.
And for Kamil, thank you.
Okay. The PYPX, as we mentioned, is the culmination of the PYP program, and the guardian and custodian of this program is the PYP coordinator. So I think we have to give it up big time for our amazing coordinator, Ms. Nadine Daya. And now we invite you for the surprise on Spiral. Please join us on the Spiral, have a seat, and enjoy the show.
On a lovely day in Paris, two lovely girls were enjoying their tour until time changed their plans. Ooh la la, c'est Paris! Oui, oui! Come on, let's check the museum. Le Louvre. No, I think we spent all our money on gifts. We need to head back to the hotel. Oh, come on, it'll be interesting. 2 tickets for the museum, please. That will be 50 euros. 50? What? No way. Calm down, let's just leave. That's crazy. Let's go, you're embarrassing me. Bonjour, monsieur. Bonjour. Comment vont les plantes? Elles vont bien. Entrez. Merci. Wait, look. She entered for free. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? I hope not. Come, let us cover ourselves with different types of soil, hold some plants, and enter for free. Do I still have any mud on my face? Nope, you're good. Whoa, it's amazing! Welcome. We will start our tour this way. Here, we have everything about the history of baking. Would you like to know about the history of baking? Sure! Baking was created in ancient Egypt in 2600 BC. It started with Egyptians baking bread with yeast. Have a look at these ancient baking utensils and this brick oven. Everybody freeze right now! No one moves. Believe me, it was her idea. Huh? I knew it. What's wrong? This is the Emperor Alejandro. He believes that the necklace from the statue has been stolen. Everyone in this room is a suspect. What? We just came here. Yes, we didn't even see the statue until now. Catch them. What? Leave us alone. Run! There's no one inside! No worries. We will wait for them to come back. Where are we? How did we get here? You are 2050, where the world is clean. You may never die. How many eat? Okay. Clean energy everywhere. Talk to the birds in the air. What? Come to me and we will be here forever. I don't know how we got here, but we need to leave now. Yes, we have to leave. This woman is so creepy. Stay! 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 Where are we? Is it me or are we not on planet Earth anymore?
Beep bop boop beep bop. Well, that's better. Welcome to the moon!
The moon? Ooh, I can jump so high. This is serious. Stop playing.
Ooh, is that a time machine?
Yes, we need to go back to the museum, but I can't figure out how this thing works.
Easy peasy, just press this button.
Enter quickly. We are back. We are here to surrender. We can't prove that we're innocent.
Wait! Wahahaha! Don't worry, you are innocent, and I have the proof. We found some blood stains on the statue, and with the help of some blood tests, we found out that the blood belongs to the Emperor.
What? What?
What? Yes, the Emperor.
We dedicated our lives to you. What will happen to us now?
Oh, yes. I forgot. I took it to clear it. Oops.
Hey! Give me my necklace back.
This is indeed a crazy museum. Let's leave before we get charged for sneaking in.
I would like to thank Ms. Christina Salemi for the amazing talk. And Ms. Nancy Price, our drama teacher. And everyone who helped with the rehearsals and the practice. And I will invite you to please go and check all stations because the topics that the students chose this year are absolutely amazing. And they work very hard on their research and on their display. And if you are ready to donate some blood, the immunodeficiency and blood disorders group have invited an NGO to collect blood for a hospital in Lebanon. The blood donation station is at the sports court. So if you have all the health requirements ready, please head up there and enjoy 16 amazing stations. Thank you very much for your support.
Welcome to Hilram Travel Agency. So, our group, Hilram Travel Agency, inquired in the evolution of tourism. We inquired in the 3 lines of inquiry: the different types of tourism, the history of tourism, and the challenges for certain nationalities. We have several types of tourism: dark tourism, business tourism, ecotourism, sports tourism, religious tourism, and the type of tourism. Ivy will continue.
We inquired for tourism. We made our own central ideas and lines of inquiry. Our central idea was the development of tourism has an impact on society. The lines of inquiry were
different types of tourism, history of tourism, challenges for certain nationalities in tourism. So we're gonna start with the timeline. So for our timeline, we're talking about how tourism evolved over time. For example, in the ancient times, they used to travel for trading. Now they travel for vacations, to go watch something like sports, and to visit family and others. Now moving on to our 3rd line of inquiry, which is challenges for certain nationalities. So one of them, when tourists or people try to travel to different countries, for example, you're from Lebanon and you want to travel to America, in the visa it's written from Lebanon, so you might have a problem traveling to America because they think that you're a bad person and those kinds of things. And another one is COVID. Tourism went downhill when COVID started.
And against that, Hilram Travel Agency decided to take action. We decided to interview Mrs. Alisar Balbaki, and she told us that many people outside of Lebanon still think that Lebanon's a desert. Hilram Travel Agency reflected on that, and we decided to make a brochure promoting places exclusively in the world and exclusively in Lebanon only. Yeah, globally and exclusively in Lebanon. We also made calendars for every single month of the year and matching offers.
So when we were taking action, we decided to make offers for places in Lebanon and for places internationally. So in Lebanon, we said for 8 days, 7 nights, starting price would be $1,000, of 1 free tour guide, and for dinner at any Zaytuna Bay restaurant. And for internationally,
we chose Spain, Greece. We also chose Italy and France. Also, we made our own website representing our own company, and we even made a video.
Thank you for choosing Hilram Travel Agency. Hello. So our topic is about sustainable living. Before we start, let us introduce ourselves.
My name is Naisa Kapuria.
Karen Artani. And there's supposed to be somebody else.
So there are mainly 3 components.
The first one is renewable energy resources.
Second is waste management, and third is
inventions that can save the environment.
So renewable energy sources come from natural sources such as wind, sunlight and water. But then we create advanced technologies which generate electricity or energy from it, such as solar energy, wind energy, hydropower and bioenergy.
So you might ask, what is bioenergy or biofuel? Well, it comes from animals and living things. It's okay, but it's not fully sustainable. As you know, it also creates carbon dioxide by burning its waste.
Our second topic is waste management. Waste management is the process of disposing and recycling and handling of waste materials. And here we have said how to manage metals, plastic and glass. As you can see, the 3 R's, they help a lot in it. And sometimes we have to see if they're biodegradable or non-biodegradable. Now let's go on to the third line of inquiry.
Inventions that can save the environment. So as you know, we'll give 3 examples, such as toothpaste pills. We call them toothpaste pills, but they're toothpaste tablets. So around more than 1 billion toothpaste tubes get thrown every year. So scientists started taking action by creating toothpaste pills.
Second is the lab-grown fish. As you can see, Hong Kong are doing too much commercial fishing and overfishing. So scientists have taken action by extracting the nutrients, proteins and vitamins from the fish and then turn it into a plant-based fish. The third and our last example is electric cars.
As normal cars produce gasoline, diesel and natural gas. So people found a way to create better cars by using electric cars. So as Norway has started getting Teslas into their country by the government.
For our action plan, we did a poem and we did how to build a sustainable home. And we also did a connection to the SDGs and the models.
We made a QR scan code.
We also made the model, which has a renewable energy source here, which is a mill, and here it's a solar panel. We have an organic farm, a green garden,
rainwater collection, insulated roof, insulated wall, and LED lights, double glazing,
and also recycled cardboard materials. And this is all we have for our topic, sustainable living. If you want to know more, you can read our information extra and our story.
So we have a story in Arabic. هي عن حدا اسمه آية، بنت اسمها آية، فهي كان في كتير تلوث، فسألت أمها شو بدها تعمل. بعدين سألت فاكهة وقالت انه بيعملوا روبوت اللي بيعطوا يعني الارمز لحدا عم بيعمل تلوث او عم بيكب نفايات على الارض. فآية صارت عم تعمل روبوت الجيران تبعيتها صار الجيران تبعيتها توافقوا وكمان حبوا الفكرة. ولكن هل يمكن للروبوتات وحدها أن تقوم بإعادة تدوير؟
My friends and I are talking about the exploration of Egypt's culture.
We're gonna do 3 things: language, architecture, and food.
We divide the roles into 3 different periods of time. Ali took the role of 3000 BC. Malik took the role inquiring into the 1800s, where Egypt was under the British colonization, and I'm inquiring into Egypt today. now I'm gonna talk about 3000 BC. The language was ancient Egyptian, which is now an extinct language, and the written language is hieroglyphs. They use it on temple walls, tombs, sheets of papyrus paper, and wooden boards.
The British colonial took over Egypt, and the governments, they speak English, but the Egyptians speak Arabic.
Today in Egypt, people speak standard Arabic. There are many different dialects of Arabic spoken in Egypt. I'm gonna mention three. First, there's Egyptian Arabic. Second, there's Saidi Arabic. And third, there's normal Arabic. Now, I'm going to talk about the architecture in 3000 BC. It was a simple structure with mud, dung, animal waste, and straw. There's a very famous structure called the mastaba. It's a tomb where there's the elite dead underground, and on top there's a chapel where the alive would visit the dead.
Like we said, the British colonial took over Egypt, and by the European power, by the European style.
Okay, and Egypt today is a mixture of the architecture in Egypt today is a mixture of modern designs and influenced history. Influenced history means the pyramids, Sphinx, and mummies. And modern designs are basically the hotels and everything that were built now. There are also influenced history that were built newly, but in a design, so it's a new structure, but in the design of the old. No, to talk about the survey. So I didn't learn about the cuisine. Yeah, so the survey, we're gonna talk about our survey. Our action plan was making a survey and getting the food. The purpose of the survey was because we put food, we put questions about the food of Egypt, and based on the results, we would bring the food. So here, we asked, what is your favorite Egyptian dessert? We put Luqmat al-Qadi, Kunafa, Basbousa, and Ali. The most voted one was Ali. So right now we're gonna get Ali. We got Ali. We also asked, are you interested in Egyptian food? To know if it would be a good action plan. Most of them said yes. We asked, what do you find most interesting about the Egyptian culture? People put interesting aspects, pharaohs, pyramids, and many more. We also asked, what is your favorite dish out of the below? Kushari, mlukhia, and tamiya. The most voted was kushari. So we're gonna get kushari. What is your favorite Egyptian beverage? We put laymoun, sahlab, karkadeti, and arq sus. The most voted was laymoun. So we got laymoun. So now I'm gonna talk about the timeline. The timeline is the leaders that ruled Egypt over time. First, the first ever ruler, Narmer, he connected Upper and Lower Egypt together for it to be full country. Then Tutankhamun, he was the second ruler, and he was revealed with wealth and a lot of treasures. Muhammad Ali Pasha, he did the education and he did the military for Egypt. Then Jamal Abdel Nasser, he's the second president of Egypt, and he led the 1952 Egyptian revolution and initiated several nationalization. Anwar Sadat, he got assassinated in 1981 by doing a speech, and he was leading peace and occupations.
بأول فيس شفنا انه كان في كتير دخان بالسيتي. كان لازم نحط بوسترز بحوال المدرسة. بتاني فيس شفنا اللاينز اوف انكويري وعملنا ريسيرش وكتبنا الانسرز على الكوبي بوك تبعتنا. بتالت فيس رحنا حطينا الانفورميشن بالفان دايجرام. بالفورث فيس عملنا انترفيو مع حدا اسمها مس هلا بتشتغل بالمينستري اوف انفايرمنت. We making conclusions. شفنا انه انه تلوث الهواء مش بس بلبنان بس كمان بالجلوبال فيسز. وبي taking action من شفنا حدا من الواصل اورجانيزيشن وعملنا له fundraising.
No, what about you?
والبوستر تبعتنا حطينا CO2 الكوزز اوف اير بوليوشن مثل CO2.
Continue, you have
I continue. Sasha.
Okay, so tips to reduce air pollution are plant and caring for trees, use the car less, use less energy, and switch to sustainable energy. Don't burn and eat local. We should recycle and be a champion for clean air. Over here, we are hanging up these digital posters for other grades to see so they can try to stop air pollution at a young age. And here we are showing KG1 and nursery. And here عملنا نص بالعربي عن آدم. خلاص؟ Okay.
اوكي هون عنا التايم لاين تبعنا. التايم لاين تبعنا هو of air pollution effects and acts over time. هون عنا starting from 1948 ل 1967 و it kills people و it makes them have diseases. هون عنا البوستر تاعتي هي the impact of air pollution on well-being. هون عم بيقولوا انه it increases the risk of respiratory infections. يعني بس انتو يعني تعملوا breathing تحسوا انه ما فيكم تعملوا breathing. هون heart diseases بيكونوا عندكم heart diseases. هون بيكونوا عندكم lung cancer. هون عندكم انه it contributes to itchy eyes. you itch your eyes a bit بس هيك يصير. وعنا leading to hospitalization, cancer و death. It can cause leukemia و asthma. بس هيدا الدونيشن بوكس تاعتنا هاي واصل. we're raising هالorganization لأنه هي هو بده extra bike الدونيشن الواصل organization أكيد. و it delivers small packages و instead of cars it uses bikes.
Okay, so this is the happy earth. And as you can see, this earth is very happy because everyone takes care of it and there is never pollution.
Over here is the opposite of the happy earth, which is a polluted city. We show the lung cancer center because all of this, the patient is sick and has lung cancer. Okay, so earthquakes happen due to tectonic plates. Tectonic plates are 15 plates of ground all scattered all over the earth. These tectonic plates sometimes slide against each other, which cause stored up energy to be released in the form of seismic waves. Also, tectonic plates may go over each other, causing mountains. which is how every single mountain is formed due to earthquakes. Now, Wafi, can you please show the audience our interviewee?
Okay, so this is like a time lapse. Like this is when we went to the American University of Beirut to interview Muhammad K. Salah. Nadim's brother took us. He's here. We went and we interviewed him. The first question we asked him is, "What is an earthquake?" He answered, "An earthquake is the sudden vibration that is produced by the release of stored energy in the earth." Now, of course, we paraphrase it because it's really long. And the second one is, "What are some factors that lead to the forming of an earthquake?" He answered, "Areas that are close to the plate boundaries because of the relative motion between adjacent plates. The stress is accumulated, and beyond accumulate, the earthquake occurs, or motion, or magma, or human-induced earthquakes, like when they're mining and they like accidentally break a huge rock. An earthquake starts happening because that rock was holding the earth in the country."
Hello, we're the Blood Disorders group. My name is Mustafa.
I'm Ali.
I'm Tim.
And I'm Abbas.
And I'm Rayan.
We chose this topic because we want to raise awareness about vaccination, and we want to show people how dangerous blood disorders are for them.
We started with the first phase, which is tuning in. In tuning in, we inquired into our learner profiles, which are reflective, communicator, and
Inquirer.
And also we did about our ATLs, which are
research skills and self-management.
Next, we inquired into our first line of inquiry and finding out. We talked about history of blood.
And we also talked about the 4 main constituents of blood. These constituents are red blood cells, which contain a protein called hemoglobin. This hemoglobin carries oxygen.
White blood cells. White blood cells, they fight any virus that you get, and they make antibodies of it.
An antibody it remembers the disease after you get it again. Platelets are like when you get like a scratch, it comes like very fast and stops the blood from bleeding.
And finally, plasma. Plasma is which carries all these red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets.
We talked about 4 main blood disorders: leukemia, malaria, sickle cell anemia, and thalassemia. Leukemia.
Leukemia is a type of blood cancer. It is a critical disease. It's when non-functioning white blood cells is sent into our bloodstream.
It's also when the bone marrow has non-functional stem cells that produce abnormal cells. Malaria. Malaria is a dangerous disease. It comes from an Anopheles female infected mosquito. You can find it in South Asia and Africa.
Sickle cell anemia is an inherited disease in which your bone marrow produces abnormal red blood cells, which are shaped like sickles.
Now please explain more about the interview that we did.
The interview that we did many interviews. We did an interview with Lina Ayoub, which is a person called Juliana's mom, Juliana. Her son, she had CGD, and which is a very, very severe critical virus, and we did a book about him.
We also did an interview with an oncologist or cancer doctor. We talked about leukemia. Action plan.
So we need to take action. In our action plan, we made a video and we made an Arabic timeline.
We also did a blood drive on this model. Let's talk about the 3rd Sustainable Development Goal.
The 3rd Sustainable Development Goal aims to
aims to preventing many blood disorders and diseases, to not hurt anybody, and to give everybody a fair right to hospitalization.
So let's talk about vaccines.
Vaccines are safe. They can also save you from deadly infected viruses. And they also protect you and your community. How they work is that when there's a vaccine, when a person does a vaccine on you, let's say for example COVID, so they put a little bit COVID in the vaccine, it goes to your body, and then the white blood cells needs to fight it, and then they will make antibodies. Antibodies are
like a guard, and it remembers the virus when it comes again. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sophia Abdulatif, and I'm inquiring into the effect of soil degradation on global warming. So my catchphrase is soil is dying. How is it dying? Soil stores carbon dioxide in the soil and releases it back slowly, really slowly, in small quantities back into the atmosphere. But what is happening due to global warming? The soil is drying, and it's releasing the carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere, but in really big quantities. That is causing more global warming, and it's a cycle. It keeps happening and happening. So some causes are urbanization, agricultural activity, overgrazing, deforestation, and industrial activity. Basically how it works is soil absorbs carbon dioxide as second largest carbon sink. Our carbon sink is when the soil stores a lot of carbon dioxide, and however degraded soil releases it back into the atmosphere in really big quantities, but it's not supposed to do that. This increases greenhouse gas levels in the atmosphere and accelerates and worsens global warming.
Our topic is about the evolution of baking and its impact on cultures.
So our central idea is the art of baking is influenced by different cultures. And our 3 lines of inquiry are the history and culture of baking, baking tools and their use, and how baking is shaped by the needs of special occasions. Okay, so baking is way more older than you think. It's more than 500 generations old. It was discovered by ancient Egyptians in 2600 BC. And bread was the first form of baking.
Archaeologists have discovered illustrations of bakeries and bread in ancient Egyptian sites.
They found bread pieces in old tombs. The ritual was that they put bread in tombs, so if that person got hungry, they could eat in their afterlife.
In 300 BC, the pastry cook became an actual occupation in Rome.
And the Rome respected this job. The sound is there. And the Rome respected this job because they loved festivity and celebrations. And around 1 AD, there were more than 300 pastry chefs in Rome.
Because of Rome, the art of baking became widely known around Europe and eventually spread to Eastern Asia.
The brick oven was not a household thing. It was something only the rich could afford. Before the 16th and 17th century, baking was a really expensive thing. But after that, bread was affordable for everyone. Okay.
Evolution of baked goods continued over centuries through introduction of new ingredients and inventions. New techniques in different cultures.
And eventually spread to different cultures. Done. Hold it. Second line of inquiry.
The second line of inquiry is baking tools and their use. So baking tools help the baking process by providing the baker with a way to measure ingredients, mix them, bake them in the oven, and decorate the finished product.
The oven is the most valuable baking tool. For example, there is the convection oven, like this one, and the brick oven.
And the cutting tools are used to cut pastries and finished and leveled cakes. For example, there is the pastry wheel and the knife.
Preparatory tools are essential baking tools to start preparing the dish. For example, there's the rolling pin and the grater.
Measuring tools can get the exact quantity of ingredients you need to add to the recipe.
And baking pans are made up of oven-safe material and are available in different sizes and shapes.
Last but not least, we have mixing tools. Mixing tools are used to mix both wet and dry ingredients.
Okay, and here are the past and present. In the past, they look like this, and now they're electrical. In the past, in the past, they were like made out of bricks, and they used wood to make fire. And now it's gas powered.
And now we have the third line of inquiry, which is baking. How baking is shaped by the needs of special occasions. So the ancient Greeks adopted the tradition of getting cakes on special occasions. It started because they needed something to offer Artemis, the goddess of the moon, as a tribute on their birthday. So it is proven that cakes on special occasions bring happiness to people celebrating. Round-shaped cakes with goodies and sweet toppings are of Western European origin. All cultures celebrate with sweet pastries depending on their traditional baked good. As a summary, baking became a crucial part of our lives. Cakes and bread are an essential part in birthdays and other occasions.
Hi, welcome to the Fashion as Expression group. I'm going to be telling you about what we did in the first phase of our journey. So we did the central idea, lines of inquiry, key concepts, related concepts, and lastly, the essential questions. We also did these in Arabic, but I'm going to be reading the English part for you. So the central idea is fashion is a form of expression. The lines of inquiry are the cultural diversity of fashion, how lifestyle influences fashion, and lastly, global mindset and appreciation. The key concepts are form, causation, and perspective. And the related concepts are tradition, culture, art, design, countries, diversity of style, lifestyle, and influence. So, in the essential questions, there's 4 essential questions. Why do different countries dress differently? How are fashion styles changing around the world? How does cultural diversity impact fashion? And how does fashion influence our lifestyle? So Yasma will be reading the second phase for you.
In finding out, we did one line of inquiry, which was the first line of inquiry. The cultural diversity of fashion. The cultural diversity of fashion means different trends and styles all around the world, changing and spreading throughout globally. Would you like me to read one for you? Every culture is unique and has different fabrics and designs. Most people get influenced from fashion in their area. Now, Leia will be telling you about sorting out.
Okay, so in sorting out, which is the third phase, we did both the second line of inquiry and the interview with Dr. Mahel Ghalayini, as you can see. The second line of inquiry is how lifestyle influences fashion. So lifestyle influences fashion by whatever you wear shows what you do in life, and if you're a basketball player, you would be wearing more like sporty clothes, like to go play and stuff. But if you were a fashion designer, you would wear more dresses, like skirts and stuff. And the interview with Dr. Maher Ghalayini, which is the owner of Mambo Couture, we asked him interview questions with interview results. One of the interview questions were, why did you become a fashion designer? And the interview results is, I chose to be a fashion designer to create different styles and designs for women especially. That's why he became a fashion designer. Now Yasma is going to tell you more about going further.
And going further, we did the third line of inquiry, global mindset and appreciation. Fashion design should extend globally when they acknowledge the greatness of a global mindset that generates global strategies.
We did this, we made a survey, and I'm going to be reading two of the questions. So the first question is, why do you buy new clothes? The majority of people chose to keep up with the fashion trend. And for the second one, how do you identify yourself in the fashion industry? The majority of people picked by looking at the clothes.
Now for the taking action part, we did a maqala in Arabic, which basically talks about what people wear in different countries. For example, in India, they wear a sari. How people used to wear old clothes using animal skin and leaves. How designers sketch outfits, how they wear like new trendy clothes and the funky new colors. And we also, in English, we donated clothes to Arc-en-Ciel. These are collected by the school by grades 3 and 4 and 5. Thank you.
The PYPX for today journey was so interesting. كانت كتير حلوة. السبجكتس المختارينها للستودنتس were very nice. On our PYPX journey about fashion design كانت آخر 3 أشهر كانوا عن جد مثل ما بيقولوا رحلة حلوة وصعبة بنفس الوقت. اشتغلنا كتير، تساعدنا كتير.
صعب علينا نحن.
أكيد.
هلكنا نحن. تعبنا نحن، قد ايه تعبنا. وانت معك حق عن جد.
حضرنا بالمعلومات بالانفورميشنز بالاشياء اللي فتشنا عنها، بالاشياء اللي حضروها، من الغنيه للرقصه للكلمات للسبيتش للاوتستاندينج، لكل شيء كان عم بيحضروا له. كان حلو، كان ممتع، صعب ومتعب بنفس الوقت، بس بالاخر فرجونا شيء كتير حلو، شيء كتير عن جد كان رائع من الكل ستودنتس، وسبيشالي من يعني ماي ستودنت اللي كانت وهر دوتر، يعني اللي كانوا عن جد فرجوا قد ايه تعاونوا مع بعض ليفرجوا احلى ما عندهم بشيء هن كتير بحبوه يلي هو الفاشن، لانه ثلاثتهم اللي اختاروا هذا الموضوع بحبوه، مثل ما بيقولوا بيعرفوا وحابين يوصلوا له يوما ما، فاشتغلوا فيه وتعاونوا ليوصلوا احلى ما عندهم.
The experience was very rough journey. It was hard but very fun. We had fun, we laughed, we worked hard to get to this moment. 3 months of hard work. I want to say thank you to all the teachers that helped.
هاي بالنسبة للشغل يلي انعمل بالفاشن وبكل الستاندات اللي معمولة كان شيء كتير حلو. الأولاد تعبوا لوقت كتير طويل وتعبوا أهلهم شوي معهم وأساتذتهم، سو بدنا نقول لهم للكل ثانك يو، لأنه at the end بعد كل هالتعب وهالشغل يلي انعمل قدروا إنه يعطوا نتيجة كتير حلوة، وكلنا انبسطنا كتير فيهم وإن شاء الله من نجاح لنجاح. Thank you.
So this is how we take action. We made new school uniforms. Here's a sample. We have this t-shirt with a V shape and puffy sleeves, and we have this skirt with built-in shorts for the girls to have more options.
Since we're talking about fashion psychology, we made a survey to make sure everybody is comfortable with what we're doing. We asked them questions like, what do you want as a color? What do you want colors? What do you want shapes and stuff? And then these are the things. They picked white and blue, and they picked skirts and t-shirts, and they picked lots of things like that. Also, we made a book about fashion psychology. Juliana, would you like to explain it?
القصة عن هون، القصة هون عن بنت إنه هي كانت بدها تشتري فستان،
عشان عيد ميلادها. راحت عشان تشتري فستان هي وأما نقت لها فستان تاني بس هي ما حبته. راحت أما جابت لها الفستان هي ما حبته. ما لعبت ما حبت ما قعدت ما رقصت. راحت على غرفتها زعلانة عم تبكي. اجت أما ورادتها وقالت لها سوري أنا ما عرفت إنه أنت هالقد حتتأثري من هذا الفستان اللي نقيت لك إياه. وقالت لها وبعدين قالت لها أنا ما كنت فيني أجيب لك الفستان اللي أنت كنت بدك إياه عشان كان كتير غالي. شفتي كيف بيتأثر الإنسان هو شو عم بيلبس؟
Our topic is about water scarcity and how it's an issue in the world and how does water affect our health. So we took an action and we taught grade 2B about water scarcity. We also showed them an infographic that we hung around bathrooms on 6 ways to save water. This is our experiment at NDU. It's a university and it had many labs, like the water lab, that we tested 2 water samples and we resulted in good results except for truck water. It had 2 coliforms which are bacteria that are very bad.
Our topic is the impacts of music on our well-being. Our central idea is how music affects our well-being in various ways. The first line of inquiry is how music reaches our nervous system and hormones. Music ought to change our emotional well-being. The 2 hormones responsible for this is dopamine and oxytocin.
Okay. Our second line of inquiry is how music shaped our well-being over time. And music is inspired by nature and animals and it's an essential part of a human nature. Third line of inquiry.
Our third line of inquiry, the influence of music on depression and anxiety. Music therapy can help improve depression symptoms.
And for our timeline, we did an evolution for lullabies for babies. Here it is. We have Little Rockabye Baby, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, We'll Roll Your Boat, Vigilant, and Starshine, Starlight Starbright, and Hush Little Baby. Now for the conclusion part. Here you go.
Every living thing has a frequency and a vibration. Like fungus, viruses, emotions, they all have certain frequencies. They're just higher or lower than each other.
These are some reflections we did. And this is an Arabic story we did. It's about a sick mother that got corona, and her son Rashid, who likes to play guitar. So every time she's in the hospital, he goes to the hospital and plays her some guitar. But sadly, in the end, she died. And then the doctor told Rashid to play music and listen more to music for him to relax.
This is the taking action, which is the story. And also, as for the 7 chakras, the 7 chakras are basically different kind of energies located in our bodies. Like, let's say in the first one, there's an 163 frequency. It's basically in the top of the head. It's vibrations. All of these are vibrations. And I understand it's basically spirituality and all of this. The 852 is meditation, trust, and I see. It's located like in the eyes. And this one is for the throat, the 741. As for the communication, expression, creativity, and inspiration, it's like I talk. 639 is for I love. 528 is for strength, personality, and power. 417 is about the sensuality and pleasure. The 396, which is the root chakra, is the energy and comfort, like it's I am. And there's like for each one, there's different sound waves, different vibrations, and different frequencies. And this one is for the brochure. We have brochures saying how the songs can help their babies. And this is the QR code. These are different lullabies from like each culture for us. This is from Lebanon, from me, America, Yemen, and Qatar, and Philippines. Thank you.
My topic is about the exploration of basketball. My lines of inquiry are the evolution of basketball, the effect of basketball on physical and mental well-being, and how to develop the perfect skill in basketball. Basketball has evolved a lot over the years with new changes even to this day. You'd be surprised to know how much basketball has changed since its beginning.
Hello, we are the significance of museums in education. Our group is basically about how museums impact us in the education field. We came up with basic things like the central ideas, lines of inquiry, and these are our lines of inquiry. They are history of museums, impact of museums on education, and future of museums. We found out that the museums all started from a British naturalist called John Tredescant, and we created this timeline of the evolution of museums. The first museum was the Capitoline Museum. It was the first public museum, and the latest museum, the most recent one, is the Museum of Future, located in Dubai. Also, we found out that in the 19th century, the purpose of museums wasn't to entertain tourists; it was to educate people.
Moving on to our Arabic side of the story, we're going to explain our Arabic story in English because not everyone speaks Arabic. So it starts when the kids of grade 4 go to a field trip with the Arabic teacher to the National Museum, or المتحف الوطني. They start observing the different artifacts and admiring them. Suddenly, the lights turn off and the electricity goes. Then the statue of Europa wakes up and starts telling her story. I am Europa. One day I was walking on the shores of Sur when a man who had transformed into a bull had kidnapped me. Once my dad had found out that I had been kidnapped, he sent my brother to come look for me, and as my brother went around the world looking for me, he taught the world the Phoenician letters. After Europa was done with her story, the tomb of Ahiram, or Naus Ahiram, started shaking. They heard the gruff voice of an old man say, I am the king Ahiram. I rule the Jebel, and on my tomb engraved are the letters, the Phoenician letters. The tomb closes, and the big statue, or Al-Amlak al-Kabir, wakes up.
He says, I'm Amlak al-Kabir. In the war of in Jebel, they put me in front of the museum so that all the people could think that everybody looked like how he looked, so they would run away. And he has burnt marks on his right side because of the war and all the fires they would put.
After this happened, the security guard saw that the lights were off. He obviously didn't know that this had all happened. He thought that just for a few seconds the electricity had turned off. So he quickly went to the electricity room and turned it on again. The grade 4 kids returned to their homes happy and safe.
And then over here we created our mini museums with artifacts. Each one has their own description, but this one doesn't, because each one has their own perspective. And
It's about perspective, because each person looks at it in a different way.
yeah. And then over here we got signatures of people. What is it called? Can you help me? We created a petition and we got signatures so we could visit museums, the National Museum. And over here is our timeline. It has tuning in, taking action, each step we did.
Thank you.
So this is our first line of inquiry, different types of empires. We have dynasties, caliphates, unions, and republics. A dynasty is when an emperor has a kid and the emperor dies, the kid is the new emperor. Then the caliphate is emperor but with the Islamic religion. Republic is an empire but smaller, and a union we can put as an example the European Union. Here's our third line of inquiry. How modern society is coping with consequences of colonization. So this was a desert in Spain. It's a desert in Spain that was a forest. They used all the wood of the forest to do ships. Here is Sri Lanka. When the Dutch and the Portuguese invaded Sri Lanka, they used all the courage to do fortresses and that. So we have as essential questions: how did empires treated living? How did empires treat people living in colonies under their rule? How does war help a country? Why does a country end up in war? What is the benefit of a war? How wars affect the global warming? Here's our timeline.
So this is our timeline. So 2350 BC, the Akkadian Empire was made, which was the first empire. Then 270 BC, the first war occurred between the Sumerians and the Elam. And then 900 BC, the Greek Empire was founded. Then 508 BC, democracy started in Athens. Then 308 BC, education was invented in Greece. 27 BC, the Roman Empire was founded. 470 AD, the Roman Empire ended. And then 1299, the Ottoman Empire was made. And in 1922, the Ottoman Empire went away because the Balkans, the Greek, defeated them. So we also have our survey. You can, our QR code. We have our results. And here is our website we made for all our information. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Danny.
And my name is Adrian.
And my name is Zaid. Our group is the exploration
Of space using robotics.
Our central idea is exploring space using robotics has changed what we know over time.
And our first line of inquiry is exploring the solar system. And did you know that Jupiter is the biggest planet in the solar system? And there are six dwarf planets. And Jupiter and Saturn rain diamonds.
Okay, and the second line of inquiry is using robotics in space.
We have done specific research on two robots called A Puffer and R5 or Valkyrie. A Puffer is a small robot that can inflate or deflate itself to go over or under itself. And it has studs on the wheels to help it go over or climb something. R5 or Valkyrie is a humanoid robot that can function like a human. For example, if it's sent to space and lands on Mars, it can give us data. Actually, it will collect data and send us information to us to NASA. And then it will tell us if we can safely live there or not. And our third line of inquiry is collecting, testing, and using minerals from other planets to help detect life. For example, our robot, can you hold the mic? No, Adrian, can you hold the mic?
Our robot S1 right here.
He would be maybe going somewhere. Let's say it's scanning the area, it's highlighting. It would collect the data and then send it to us. And then here, we would be able to find out if we can safely live there one day or not.
And here is our timeline. 1946, first picture of Earth.
1947, first animal in space.
1957. No, 1957, first artificial satellite.
I'll hold it. You don't need to.
1966, first soft landing on moon.
1969, first human on the moon.
1975, first multinational mission. Multinational mission, sorry.
1981, first reusable manned shuttle.
1986, first long-term space station.
1990, first pick of the whole solar system, Voyager.
2007, small Mars Scout lander.
2013, lunar lander and rover.
2013, lunar. No, what? Where are we? Okay. 2016, ESA Mars orbiter and lander.
Apparently, we do not have a picture for this, but 2020, CNSA Mars orbit rover.
And we also have 2023, release of a rover in space, ISRO, lunar orbiter, lander and rover. We also have a joke. We also have two jokes we would like to share. What did the astronaut say to the moon after he crashed on it?
I apologize.
And why does it rain diamonds on both Jupiter and Saturn?
Because they're in love.
We also have a scratch game we made. I programmed it. So what you do is that you go to different planets. Let's say we go to Venus. We collect samples.
And we collect samples, for example, 4 or 6. We exit the planet, and if you want to get points, you gotta go back to Earth, and it will say turning in samples from other planets, and yeah, you get double the point after that.
You cannot go to a planet if you already have a sample from that, to avoid going to the same place many times.
And that is it. Thank you.
So I think it was an amazing journey for students and parents, and the school, Wellspring, did a great job in putting all this together. It was not only interactive, but was inclusive. A lot of research, a lot of effort put in the work, and I think the result that we see today around us was amazing. So I want to congratulate Wellspring as a school, but particularly the teachers that participated in all this exercise for the great result. So just keep up with this great work, and I will see you next year in the next campus. Thank you.
Okay, so today we have for the project for the PYP Act, and one of my son and his group was there, and they do the project about the planet. Soon we all go to see the Mars. And all the other, we have fashion. It's very interesting, all the subject, yes, but you have to look one by one, don't go quick. They're all interesting in their own way. And I'm very happy and very surprised that the kids, they have all this, how to call this idea to create all the thing and to come up with the idea and tell the teacher, to the parent, to all, to help. And it come up beautiful everywhere, all the subjects.